imagine empty buildings, peeling paint, shops with vacant eyes. Only imagine parking spaces empty for blocks like a grade B horror flick. Only imagine no place cool for coffee. Artists came, painted the buildings, showed their creations, and the people came, and they came. Artsy restaurants, theaters, boutiques, people came, and they came. No more empty buildings with peeling paint, no more shops with vacant eyes. Art is the heartbeat of this community. No heartbeat, only imagine.
My name is Jack Chivas. I'm a gallery owner in Salida, Colorado. How did the arts affect Salida? Well, Salida was a really sleepy town, kind of off the radar for many years. And after a long, slow decline from the railroad days, it was really first discovered by a few artists in the 1970s. But things didn't really take off till the early 90s. And that's when the artists really discovered Salida and started flocking in. And the transformation, of course, has just been amazing. And part of the reasons artists were attracted to Salida, besides the beauty, was the wonderful old buildings that were by and large empty and reasonably priced space, as well as to buy an old building and run down. And artists don't mind projects like that. So the artists started filtering in and buying the old buildings, and the pace of life in Salida is such that artists feel comfortable getting around and doing what they do. And a lot of us we're looking for the slow lane, you might say. Salida was really kind of stuck in the 50s, you might say, and was so much like many other little western towns. But as soon as the artists started showing up, of course, artists are a flamboyant bunch, and we like to paint things, we like to fix things up, and we see beauty in rundown things. We see potential. We have vision for, oh boy, there's a fallen down building. That would be awesome if it was fixed up. And that's what artists bring to a community. They bring this vision, this vitality, and the willingness to take on what other people would just throw away. Yeah, I feel that artists are kind of the original greenies in that artists love to take things that a lot of people would throw away and turn them into something beautiful. And there's a great new trend in art that's really taken hold. It's been going for some time, but it's really taken hold, and artists now, especially in Salida and other places in the West, are really getting into using recycled materials and just making art out of all sorts of things that normally would end up in the landfill. And that's one thing, being an artist myself who uses recycled materials, I'd love to see that with some of the new artists that are coming to town, and just taking things that even I could not even imagine making into art, and coming up with creative ways to make them into something beautiful.
Hi, I'm Sue Mills. I'm the president of a local not-for-profit group here in Salida called Salida Artworks. The commitment of Salida Artworks is to promote collaboration and networking. The reason that's our mission is, in a small town, resources are limited. We're talking about financial resources, and we're talking about people resources. And we found that when groups gather together, there's far more efficient use of it. We'd like to think that this is a good model for other small rural communities for building up one segment of their population. Art has played a part in Salida's history over the years. Artists have come, risen up, and it's a big presence, and then they have. But over the last 2 or 3 years, we seem to be in a mushrooming of interest in the arts and participation in the arts. Of course, I'd like to take some credit for that as the president of Artworks. We provide a structure for networking and collaboration. We have a newsletter with 400 subscribers that monthly recalls all the art events in town. We partner with the Salida Steam Plant on many of our events and activities, and we have found that to be very beneficial. I think this working together, the artists tend to be independent sorts, but this working together has really created a presence and an economic force here in town, with both artists, not both, but artists, writers, and performers. So we're growing from within, but promoting that growth has ended up drawing events or people creating events here. We have Art Walk, which we've generated, and that's become a major weekend here that's focused on the galleries in town. However, there are many artists and many studios outlying, and they can come in and show downtown. We have a plein air festival that started 2 years ago, and that is drawing people from all across the nation. And it seems to be just growing so much more. With our beautiful scenery, it's perfect for plein air.
My name is Carl Bork, and I've opened up a gallery here in Salida called Carl Bork Fine Art. We're out here on 149 West 1st Street. Yeah, I picked Salida as a new artist here in town because it's just a great artist community here. I found it was a great artist community. The landscape is great. I'm a landscape painter, and the landscape is just like a painter's paradise here. It's just a central location. There's just so much to see and do here. You know, you've got mountains, you've got rivers, you've got lakes, aspen painting, you've got just about anything you name it. Salida's got it in the area here. Yeah, the Art Walk was really, I mean, I've never been to an art event with that many people. So it was really, you know, quite a successful event from my perspective.